Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Up next, it's our main event between the New York Giants and the Baltimore Ravens. Has it all teed up. And we're off from Baltimore. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jaxson. Rolling out to him, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
It's up 2nd and 17 at the 34-yard line.
Offense no doubt jolted awake with that very first play, partner. Here's 2nd and long. Lamar now from the gun. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes off. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there. But still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the 1st down.
Jaxson now on 3rd. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down.
Well, this is exactly what the defense wants to do to these quarterbacks. You want to speed them up, and the best way to do it is to hit them and bring them to the ground. Conversely, they've got to figure out offensively how to protect. If you can't protect, you can't execute, you can't do anything offensively.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run for it. And unsurprisingly, Brock, he's not going to get the first here. Still failing to see the thinking behind that one as they turn it over on downs.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they...
His first throw is an interception. Picked up by Malachi Starks.
Starks pass. Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Lamar. Escapes out to the left. He's on the run, deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And they're going to have it all the way down near the 25.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's going to pay off this 1st down run with a nice pickup of 9.
Well, this defense has not had an answer, Kate, for either of the first 2 plays on this drive. And he's got everybody, you and me, every fan believing, well, they're only 1 play away from putting points on the board.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Vacates quickly left side. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 1st and 10 now from the 46. A draw now. This is Tracy. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. So they'll get to scheme about this 3rd down call for a bit. That brings us to the end of 1. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. We'll begin this 2nd quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. Complete left side to Robinson. Down to the 10. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
No hesitation there and going for it for 2 at their first opportunity. Even if it didn't work out, pretty clear that they're not going to hesitate to take risks offensively in this game.
Yeah, King, nothing wrong taking that risk there, especially if you want to be the ones dictating how this game's going to be played. But trust me, with all this time left, you're going to be chasing some points the rest of the way.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. New set of downs for him from the 31. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. Now it's Lamar. Buying some time left. And the Giants are on him, and he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Now that's a situation, may have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. He rolls to his right. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Dart. Completed over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. And we're still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Out of the gun this time. Here's Dart. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Racing down the left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants get some late points and the lead. A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separation to the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
No dice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the 2-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot, and who knows? Maybe we'll have a 2-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
From the gun, Jaxson escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Headed out right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Darts out of the shotgun. Forced out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
That's going to throw again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. Brings up 3rd down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
3rd down now. Here's Darts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that.
There he goes on the right side. He does it. Touchdown, New York. The Giants will add to their lead at the end of the half. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jaxson. Flush out now to his left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So it'll be 2nd down. He'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion. Shotgun snap to Jaxson. Buys time, rolling right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. Well, it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. And that sets up 3rd down.
Jeez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
He's loaded another one up. Ooh, the defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Looking to throw. Buying some time right. Moving right, airs it out down the... They connect on the deep shot. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Final throw before the break. Chased out to his right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. Getting 25 on that. Play. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
On 1st and 10, here's Dart. Throw right side is caught by Robinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Now here he goes on the boot. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Dart now against the blitz. Finds his target, Robinson. And he will take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and very importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Cool, all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Machine Ali on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, here's Jaxson. Bails out of the pocket quick. Moving right, airs it out down this. That's complete inside the 35. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
51 yards, the gain on the play. That's good for Baltimore. First down.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. Jaxson looking to throw. Oh, he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. The Giants are all over it. And that is 5 sacks for this defense in this game as their latest brings up 2nd down.
Report!
Lamar now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Throwing for the back of the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He rolls to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's 4th and pretty far. They're going to try to throw for it. Headed out right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.